Just ahead on CTV News tonight, thieves targeting local 7-Elevens.
Thieves target ATMs across the Washington metro region. I'm Katara Jones. I'll have more details coming up on CTV News.
Plus, Governor Moore unveils his 2025 budget, and the numbers are in, and it's not looking good for the state's housing market. Those stories and more up next.
Good evening, I'm Taylor Thomas with a CTV News update. The Washington metro region is dealing with a string of robberies targeting ATMs. CTV's Katara Jones is outside a convenience store in Hyattsville that was hit just this morning.
4 ATMs were reported robbed across the county, including this one in Hyattsville. According to reports, this ATM at the 7-Eleven on the 3700 block of Hamilton Street was robbed early this morning. Reports also indicate that thieves targeted ATMs in Greenbelt, Lanham, and Laurel today. These robberies are similar to the ones that have occurred in the district and in Virginia earlier this week, and county police are working to determine the people behind all these incidents. Katara Jones, CTV News.
Meantime, Prince George's police say they are beefing up patrols at 7-Eleven stores during the evening hours across the county. Police departments are also working with federal and local law enforcement to address this growing trend of ATM robberies across the region. A one-time infusion of transportation funding from the Rainy Day Fund. That's one of the proposals Governor Moore announced this morning during his FY 2025 budget plan. The $150 million is expected to be a short-term fix to ease major cuts to transportation projects over the next 6 years. Moore said the transportation fund will need to be restructured in the near future. The plan also calls for additional funding to fight crime, including increases to local police agencies and initiatives to fight juvenile crime. To make the state more competitive, the budget includes $100 million for the new FBI headquarters in Greenbelt. There will also be a major investment in housing and child care across the state.
Access to child care doesn't just affect your child and your family. It changes the trajectory of our state's fiscal health. Earlier this month, the comptroller released a report highlighting that as child care costs increase, overall female employment decreases by 5%.
Maryland is currently the 8th most expensive state for childcare. Across the state, the cost of childcare can range from $13,000 to $35,000 a year. The Maryland Family Network in 2018 estimated that Maryland lost more than $2 billion in lost wages, taxes, and spending due to challenges with childcare.
Moore's budget includes $218 million in additional child care funds for the current fiscal year and $270 million in new funding for fiscal year 2025. That money will be used to support the state's child care scholarship program. Tomorrow, we'll have much more on the governor's budget initiatives dealing with crime. The Maryland legislature has announced the formation of its first ever Jewish Legislative Caucus. It includes 20 Jewish lawmakers. Other legislators connected with the Jewish community through their district or family may join as an associate member. Senator Shelley Heddleman, that is, of Baltimore County, and Delegate Jared Solomon of Montgomery County will serve as co-chairs of the new group. Solomon says the caucus is needed with a record-level increase in anti-Semitic and hate incidents. The caucus will now adopt bylaws and an organizational structure. Transitioning with dignity, end-of-life option, or medical aid in dying. No matter what you call it, the legislation is back before the Maryland General Assembly once again. The controversial measure would allow a patient over 18 to request aid in dying medication under certain conditions. They must be mentally capable and diagnosed with a terminal disease that would likely result in death within 6 months.
It does not force the doctor or hospital or the facility, if they don't believe in it for religious purposes, to engage. It is not mandatory. It is a personal choice.
This issue of transitioning with dignity and transitioning as peace is one that is very personal for a lot of people. I haven't seen the legislation that's going to get introduced yet. It's important that I see the legislation and understand and see all the language and all the components of it. But if a bill makes it to my desk with transition with dignity at its core, I will sign that bill.
10 other states and the District of Columbia currently allow end-of-life options. You're watching CTV News. I'm Taylor Thomas. More news to come. Stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Morgan Fairchild, and I am a lifetime lover of animals. I've rescued every pet I've ever had, so I know firsthand that when you adopt a shelter pet and make them a member of your family, it not only enriches you and your family's lives, but that of your pet's life as well. The champions at American Humane have been helping animals for more than 140 years. Whether certifying the humane treatment of farm animals, rescuing animals caught in disasters, ensuring the safety of animal stars on screen, or protecting our planet's endangered species, they go above and beyond to further their mission and make the world a kinder place for animals. Please consider adopting a shelter pet and supporting American Humane.
Good evening and welcome back. It is the unthinkable. A Prince George's County man has confessed to killing his 81-year-old mother in their home. Detectives were called to the home in the 2000 block of Brooks Drive on the 14th. There they found Medea Terry unresponsive on the living room floor. During questioning, Terry admitted to fatally assaulting his mother during an argument. Terry faces first and second-degree murder charges related to her death. Maryland home sale numbers are in for 2023, and they're not good. According to Maryland Realtors, home sales fell 11%, while the average home sales price rose 7.4%. The average sale price has also increased from $400,000 to $466,000. The National Low Income Housing Coalition reports that there is a shortage of close to 150,000 homes in the state. The governor and the Department of Housing and Community Development Secretary are looking into the issue. In fact, they want to hear from Marylanders who have had trouble trying to find a home. Share your stories by going to opendoorsmaryland.org. A progressive group is calling on some Republicans who received donations from former Maryland State Board of Elections official Carlos Ayala to return those funds. The call follows felony charges stemming from the January 6th riot against Ayala. The Lower Shore Progressive Caucus is demanding 9 GOP lawmakers who accepted donations from Ayala to return the funds and renounce him. In a statement from the group, they said accepting financial contributions from individuals who participate in such acts is not only morally reprehensible, but also undermines the integrity of our democratic process. Ayala has since resigned from the Board of Elections. A 10-year-old Maryland boy is recovering after being bitten by a shark in the Bahamas. The child has not been identified, was in a shark tank on Paradise Island when it happened. He was bitten on the right leg and remains in stable condition. His attack comes a month after a woman from Massachusetts was killed by a shark in the Bahamas. Okay, everyone, we have your Wednesday sports page coming up with Simon Buggs. Now, Simon, I heard the Commanders manager really had something to say.
Yes, he did, Taylor. What's going on, sports fans? And coming up on your Wednesday sports page, newly hired Commanders general manager Adam Peters touches on his future plans for the team. Stay right there.
The drug scene in Maryland is changing. Fentanyl and xylazine are being added to street drugs, and you may not even know it. Xylazine is not even intended for humans, and fentanyl is an opioid 50 times stronger than heroin and contributed to over 80% of overdose deaths in our state. Anyone who uses drugs, even occasionally, is at risk of overdose. To learn more, visit stopoverdose.maryland.gov or call or text 988.
Hey there, sports fans. We begin today's sports page with some NFL news. A new era is beginning in Washington as the Commanders have recently hired former San Francisco 49ers assistant general manager Adam Peters to be the next GM. Peters is a winner as he played a big role in the Niners going to 3 NFC championship games as well as a Super Bowl during his time there. Peters spoke yesterday and he says he's ready to get to work.
Promise you, we're going to work tirelessly to build this franchise. This is one of the cornerstone franchises in the NFL. The pillars of the National Football League is an incredible area. The DMV, our nation's capital. I could not be more thrilled to be here. Our family could not be more thrilled to be here today and lead you guys. I know how much this franchise means to our fans. I'm extremely, extremely motivated to deliver everybody what they deserve. We're going to build this team the right way. We're going to build it with a great process and a clear vision. And you guys are going to see that on the field with the energy, the passion, the toughness, the physicality, and all those things that are going to resonate in the DMV area. It's going to remind you guys what this franchise was built upon.
Another part of rebuilding the Commanders will be deciding who the next head coach will be, and Peters shared what he will be looking for in the candidates.
We're looking for the best leader for this team, for the Washington Commanders, and so we have set criteria that we're going to have it be aligned in that vision. And it's not going to be in a box. It's not going to be offense. It's not going to be defense. It's going to be the best leader for this organization.
Switching to college hoops, for the second time this season, Terps guard Jameer Young has been named the Big Ten Player of the Week. Young led the Terps to some good wins over Big Ten rivals Michigan and Illinois last week, while averaging 20 points, 6.5 assists, and almost 2 steals during that stretch. With this honor, Young is the first Terp since Anthony Cowan Jr. back in 2020 to be named Big Ten Player of the Week multiple times in a season. Young and the rest of the Terps will be in action tonight as they take the court against Northwestern at 9 o'clock. And wrapping up sports, the UMD women's basketball team will be in action tonight as well. The Lady Terps will match up against Ohio State at 7 o'clock.
So I have to ask you, Simon, is that a good hire? I mean, good move?
I think so, Taylor. After reading up on Peters, like I said before, he played a big role in the Niners staying in contention all these years. 3 straight NFC championship games, a Super Bowl appearance. It was important for the Commanders to hire somebody that comes from a winning culture, and I feel like they definitely did that with Peters, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what he has in store for the team in the future.
Okay, it sounds official, right? Thank you so much, Simon.
No problem.
Well, the snow is here, and hopefully you've shoveled your sidewalk, but if not, county residents have 48 hours after snowfall to clear their sidewalks before receiving a $100 fine. Also, when the temperature dips below 32 degrees, it's illegal for pets to be kept outside for longer than 30 minutes. Prince George's Police Department is also warning against leaving cars to idle and warm up to reduce the risk of car theft. The county is offering a number of cold weather shelters for anyone who's caught outside. The full list is located right there on your screen. Just click on that link and search for weather shelter. Let's get a quick check now on our 3-day weather forecast. Tonight, clear, very cold, low of 16, so make sure you bundle up if you have to head out. A little warmer tomorrow, Thursday, 38 for a high. It will be clear during the day with a 60% chance of snow through the night, 80% chance of snow and rain on Friday. It'll be 34 degrees. Saturday, we'll get back from the rain and then snow. It'll be clear and windy with a 27-degree high. That wraps up our CTV News Update tonight. I'm Taylor Thomas.
And I'm Simon Buggs.
Join us again tomorrow for more local news. Good night.
Good night.
Some say e-cigarettes aren't dangerous.
But science shows nicotine can harm teens' developing brains.
No matter how they're exposed.
Let's do an experiment to find out.
Here's a teen who won't be using e-cigarettes.
Now we need one willing to risk their brain development.
Anyone care to volunteer your kid?
Anyone?
Your kids are not an experiment. Protect them from e-cigarettes.